Hi everyone, it is Jack here, and I hope you enjoyed that cinematic video. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I made it. And the main thing is that you create these multi-shot 15-second clips one at a time so that we can extract the good parts from all of the clips that we generate. I've noticed that I burn a lot more credits when I am trying to get the AI video model to specifically follow my storyboard, as opposed to just giving it good reference images and a video prompt where it can naturally lean into its strengths. So I'm telling the chatbot, let's generate the video prompts one at a time. Since I'm generating each clip individually and assembling it later, I can make sure that each clip has what it needs and looks really good. Because every clip only needs these three things: the character or characters, the location, like where the scene is, and the video prompt. So let's cover what my process looks like for doing this, and it's really simple. I'm going to do this really quickly. The main part is the actual video prompt, because that is what is replacing the storyboard. But the video prompt is going to reference the location and character images, so let's real quick just talk about how I create those images. For character images, I'm not going to cover this. At this point, you can probably find some magical prompt on the internet, or you can just tell AI what you want, and it probably doesn't even need a complicated prompt. Like for me, when I was generating this video and I created these images as the story needed them, I didn't spend much time generating these images. I just said a basic idea of what I wanted and told AI to create a basic character professional sheet. It's the same process for location images. I keep my location reference images really simple. These are not multi-panel complex location references. It's just this one image. And when I do it this way, I'm allowed to change the visuals as the story moves forward. So when the character was in the paradise area, these are the reference images that I used. And I noticed that I'm only using one image for the location. This is because I'm giving the model an environment, not like a specific blueprint. The primary thing to keep in mind here is that whenever you are generating a new clip and continuing the story, you need to have this detector, this radar in your head, where you ask yourself, are new characters showing up, and is the location changing at all? Because if so, you need to either create a new location image or attach the ones that you have already created. So now that we've quickly covered the character and location images, let's talk about how I actually do the video prompts. And for this, there are three approaches that I take. The first approach is where I am letting the AI video model have much more of the flexibility, so I keep my prompt pretty generic. Let's start with that, and I'll show you what this looks like. So here's a video that I generated. Let me show you what this prompt looks like. This is literally the prompt. Multi-shot sequence with cinematic camera movement. That is what I told the video model. But Jack, I see more to this prompt. All of this is just me referencing the characters. Everything else is just about the style, like high-end live action cinematic fantasy, like just some keywords. So that's the first bucket where I'm letting the AI video model just naturally do its thing and lean into what it's good at. I literally just say something like, create a cinematic multi-shot sequence, and then attach my reference images. And now let's talk about what it looks like for me when I'm directing every shot. So this is where the video prompts get a bit more specific. For example, take this scene, which you saw in the video, and this is a sequence where the character is like getting swept up by the storm, okay? So let me show you what the prompt looked like for this, because I literally kept it simple and did not use a storyboard. So this is the exact prompt that I used to generate that 15-second video. Shot 1 is this. Shot 2 is this. I'm not going to read all of this, but as you can see, I'm clearly outlining what each shot should be. And to do this, I told AI what my idea was, and I said, hey, I need the next 15 seconds of my video. I want the character to get swept up by a storm. So help me create a video prompt that I can use, because I already have the reference images. And that is how I created this 4-shot video prompt. So we've talked about the first approach, where you let the model do most of the flexibility because your prompt is quite simple. And then we talked about directing every shot, where you get more specific with what you want the actual shots to be. And then lastly, let's just quickly touch on the third approach that I took, which is where you kind of write out your idea. So here is one of the clips that was in the video. And I took this approach to actually create this sequence here. And let me show you what the prompt looked like. So this is what that actual prompt looks like. I literally say the main character from image 1 gradually drops from the air to land on the ground in the neighborhood. There are residual golden particles around him that disappear. He steadies himself, looks around, and realizes he is safely back on Earth. The street is peaceful, gravity is normal, and the nearby houses are undamaged. That's it. I'm like describing what I want to happen. This works because you've already attached the reference images, and now the AI video model is grounded in some sort of location and knows what the characters need to be. So now I can just describe the story. So each of these approaches work. I did all of them when creating this video. Now, of course, this is where the editing comes in, because now that we've generated all of these multi-shot 15-second clips, I need to assemble everything together. And within the 15-second clips, there are probably some shots that are just bad. Like the AI just generates some pretty bad outputs, but since it's a 15-second video, I can extract the good parts. So for example, this is a video that I was working on for a Steinway & Sons piano video. As you can see, there's a lot of individual clips in my editing timeline. That's because I was just getting rid of the bad parts and extracting what worked. And then of course, I can add in music and color grading and make any of my own adjustments. So there you guys go. That is how I create photorealistic and cinematic sequences with AI and assemble it together. As you can see, I am attaching quality, character, and location images, which are quite simple, and then just adding a video prompt in one of those 3 ways that I talked about. So it's not that complicated. I'm sure if you want to go and try to find like magical prompts on the internet, you can do that, but I don't think that's necessary. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let me know if there's anything else you want to tackle or talk about. Thank you so much for watching.